is an application that facilitates cross-cultural communication following the paradigms from sociology and applying them in a persuasive technology approach. You see here how social interaction, intercultural social interaction proceeds, and how we translate that into a more gameful and technology-oriented approach. And here you can see, for example, you typically start engaging with a different culture by identifying what is different from your culture, and then you start appreciating those differences, and eventually you accept them, and eventually you invite others to join. This model has been implemented here using the persuasive technology approach, where you the idea is that you go through informative videos and textual information, and then you test your knowledge with these quizzes and those kinds of things. Eventually, you're invited to participate to cultural events, and at the end, you can invite others and become an ambassador for that new culture through your mobile phone. I'm going to go through a demonstration here on my phone. Let me go back. So the application starts. I'm already logged in. We can try also the option of you logging in as well with a different account. Here you see the notion of expeditions. Essentially, this means that you have a focus on a certain culture, and this is what you see here. So I have already set up a couple of cultures. All this information is available through a database. It's a client-server implementation. So there's a MySQL PHP Linux-based implementation on the internet, and the phone dynamically retrieves that information, caches it locally, and displays it here. So you have a list of expeditions that you can explore. For example, you can learn about Greece, or you can learn about India in this case. Of course, you have a profile here. You can make changes to the profile. You can change the picture and your details. Let's choose my niece here. And also you can see, as you go through, you collect points, so you can get rewards. And you can see here that my account, my profile is actually last at this point. I'm fifth in the list of users. And once I decide to join an expedition, here I'm going through those phases that we talked about. So you have an information session. Here you can find out about the culture, and I have a few information elements here, and there's video and text related to that. So you see a video starting, as well as some textual information, and once the video is done playing.
Today we're going to start talking about one of my absolute favorites.
And you can go back, and you win the points, and then the same applies for the other video. And then you can also, again, dynamically generated quizzes that ask questions about the information that you acquired as you go through the phase of exploring that culture. And you can ask, can try to play this mistake. You can try the second question. No, maybe that one. Okay. And again, those all are dynamically retrieved, and I can always update those questions and add more. It's just an example here with limited data. Further, once you feel that you are more comfortable with the culture, you can also look at what kind of cultural events related to that culture are available in your neighborhood. And you see here, I have already set up 2 of them, and you can register to actually attend one of those. This is a Greek dancing class or something, and you can even add it on your calendar so you know the details, and it's already dynamically added. You have all the information there, and you can add reminders and everything. Also, you can register for that event, which means when you get close to that event, if I even exit the application, when you get close to that event, which is actually nearby, you will get a notification, and the application will be able to reward you with points. It should come. I'm using, I don't think I'm using the GPS, so it might take more time. Okay, there you are. So now you got a notification from Cosmopoly stating that event, and because you are actually in the event, you got awarded the points. Let's see. Also, once you're comfortable with the culture, you can even invite others to join you on this expedition and help out and contribute. You see here the email application that is spawned with a text and a link for someone to join. Well, and I can also show you here how it is dealing with multiple users. I can log out. This is the login screen. Can log in again. Okay, and I'm back in. Again, thank you for watching, folks. If you have any questions, please use the facilities from Hangout to ask questions here. I'll be very happy to address those, and also I'll be more than happy to hear of ideas and enhancements to this. I'm going to go through another round of demonstrations here shortly. Just briefly, Cosmology is a mixed reality application with the goal to encourage and cultivate cross-cultural communication. The idea is that you engage with a foreign culture through steps presented down here. Initially, you have to recognize the differences. Eventually, you appreciate those differences between yours and the other culture. And as you get to appreciate them, you try to be accepted and you participate in events and in social gatherings. And eventually, you become familiar and you become an ambassador of that culture, and you can invite others to join that culture or the experience of being part of that culture. We take that paradigm and apply it through the persuasive technology model and use a mobile phone to represent that quite well. The idea here is that you use video and multimedia information to educate someone about a new culture, a different culture, and eventually you walk them through the process and you reward them as they acquire more knowledge, and you make it playful as well through quizzes and tests, and eventually you can propose live events that are taking place in that in the broader society that the user lives, and invite them to attend those events and win points by being close to those events through a proximity sensor. And eventually you allow them to invite their friends to join this expedition, as we call it here in Cosmopoly, to learn about and contribute to this experience. Just to make it more interesting, I'm going to switch over to the live demonstration here. You see my phone, and here a user has actually logged in already, and you see a list of expeditions, essentially pointing to different different countries or different cultures that someone can explore. You have also your own profile here with your picture and information. You can make changes to the profile, and let's use this one. And also you can see your position with across all the other users. Right now, this user is the very last one, is on the 5th position, and you see the 50th position. Now, once someone selects to join an expedition, you actually go here where you go through all those steps that are enumerated here on top, and you learn about the culture. As you can see here, for example, you can watch videos, and all this information, by the way, is dynamically updated. It's available on a client-server implementation using PHP and MySQL, and I can always go and add more data and remove information or update information. Here you can see the video playing.
Today we're going to start talking about one of my absolute favorite civilizations.
And the same applies for the other one. Also, you can have a quiz here based on the culture that you are interested in. That's the wrong answer. That's the good one. And then you have another question. We can add questions at any point. And again, it's something dynamically. I can even demonstrate you how easy it is to add more elements here. And of course, you can have multiple quizzes here for different sections. This one applies to geography. You may have others that apply to food or to language or anything that makes sense for the specific culture. And then it becomes more interesting here as the application looks at events that are taking place nearby and proposes them to you on a map as well on the list view here. And the ones that are close, you can actually go and register either by adding them on your calendar so you can get a notification and you know when this thing takes place. More importantly, you can even register for that from a proximity sensor, where once you join the area of the event, you will get a notification. This event is actually taking place nearby, so you should be getting a proximity notification soon, which again rewards you from making it to that event. Let's wait a little bit, it should be there. I'm not using the GPS, I'm using the cellular connection, so it might be inaccurate. There you go. So if we check this, if we check this one, now the application realizes that we actually made it to that event and rewards us with the points that were associated to that event. And the same applies for the other event here. And of course, moving on to the next level, you can go and invite friends from your contacts list and invite them to participate in the expedition and contribute the same way that you are in the whole process. Also, this is a multi-tenant environment. You can have multiple users and you can log in and out with different credentials. If you have any questions, please feel free to use the facilities that I have under the Hangout page to join the Hangout or simply ask questions in a textual form factor. I will begin the demonstration again. I'm going to be starting here. Just briefly about Cosmopoly. It's a mixed reality application that which goal is to cultivate and encourage cross-cultural communication, essentially making it playful for someone to learn about a different culture and appreciate and eventually emerge into that culture. The idea is that you need to initially understand the differences, appreciate those differences, become part of cultural events to start familiarizing yourself with culture further, And thank you. Someone is saying, nice app. Appreciate it. So the idea here is that we follow this sociology communication model, which goes through the different phases, from recognizing the differences, appreciating the differences, trying to be accepted, and eventually invite others to be accepted. And we convert that into a captology model, essentially a persuasive technology model, utilizing the multimedia, location, and all the multitude of features and sensors that are available on a mobile phone to make this playful and make it exciting and make it essentially work. I can ask more. I can talk more about how this came through. You can actually read here a couple of quotes from participants during the generative research phase. But let me switch over to the application so you can actually experience the application directly. Here you see my my phone, and I have already logged in. I can actually log out here, and I'm going to log in. Okay, again, this is a client-server implementation, so everything is dynamic here. You can have more users add it at any time, and all this information that you see here is refreshed directly from the server. Photographs and other material is cached locally when possible, and if there's no internet connection, then it's using the local cache. So in some cases, some features may not be available, such as a YouTube video, for example. Now, what you see here is the first level of navigation, where you have the expeditions, essentially the options that participants can use. Which cultures they can explore, and those can be added dynamically. And then you have another tab here, which is essentially managing your profile, and you can edit your picture or your information. And eventually, you see here your ranking across your friends and the rest of the folks that have been part of the application. Once you decide to join an expedition, you go into this next layer, where you see the available information material, which walk you through certain aspects of a culture, such as geography, language, history, food. Here you see just a couple of examples. You can click one of those, and in this case, it's a multimedia presentation. It's a video. You can play the video.
Today we're going to start talking about one of my
once you're done,
favorite.
click done. The same applies for the other one, and then you move on to the next level, which relates to you becoming familiar, testing your familiarity and your knowledge, the knowledge that you acquired from previous steps through quizzes. And then, again, this is just a quick example. You only have one quiz here, but it can be multiple, and as I said, it's dynamic. So I have, for example, let's say answering this question. This is wrong. I'm going to try this one. Okay, this is right. There's another one. I can try this one. It's wrong. I give up. And at the next level, you have the event. So cultural events are taking place in the vicinity of your area, of your current presence, current location. And you can see here that I have a couple of events already registered. Again, this is dynamic information, so at any point more events can be loaded, and you have two events that are actually quite close, so I can find out more about that event. I can add them to the calendar. As you see here, all the information is pre-filled in, and also I can even register for that to let me know once I approach that area. So even if the application is shut down, you can see that eventually you will get a notification. Actually, because the event that I just joined is nearby here, you will get a notification to inform you that you are actually nearby the event, and it will reward you with points once this takes place. It takes some time. I think I don't have the GPS enabled here, but it should be up there soon. There you go. Sorry. And here you see the notification. It tells you about the event. And if I click here, it actually opens the application and lets me know that I have been rewarded the points because I made it to the event. And finally, the next level here relates to inviting others and becoming an ambassador of that culture to your friends. And this is done quite simply. There's a pre-populated email that goes out, and you can select from your contact list, and you see the events with a personalized URL where you can invite your colleagues to join the expedition. And I can. That's about it, folks.